Hi, so this is the look we went for today, and I'm gonna show you how to do it, all right? Okay, I originally told you that you probably would love this, but then when you had mentioned you don't want it to transfer, this is more of like a creamy, leaving your skin hydrated type of formula. I love it, but I love all of them. So I wound up switching you to the Perfect 10. The Perfect 10 is a medium. This is a light to medium coverage. Perfect 10 is a medium to full coverage. You also mentioned that you wanted a medium coverage. So we're going to be using Perfect 10 today. Some of the things you probably don't have, but maybe you have it in a different brand. And if there is anything else that you would like, let me know and we can make a shopping cart of that. But I'm going to be using what I know that you do have. Starting off with a face primer. This one is called Photo Shoot. Put a little bit on your hand. This is going to set the stage for your makeup. The makeup is going to sit on top of the primer, not settle into any fine lines and wrinkles. Onto the next. Perfect 10. Now you can use a flat kabuki brush or you can use a blending bud, but for my foundation I do like to use a kabuki brush, and I put some on my hand, take the product and just stipple it all over my face. Circular motions. I even put it on my eyelid as like a eyeshadow primer because our eyelids are so thin that you can see those blue purpley veins. I love this formula. I love the way it sits on my skin. Beautiful. Okay, next up. Now for my brows, I did one of my brows already. I've had this for years. You can't even read the label anymore. Probably from Target or something, Revlon maybe. I used to love Pharmacy's brow pencil, but they have been out of it forever that I'm on the hunt just for something totally new. So I'm just using this up while I have a little bit of it left. I like to draw a line under my brow as like the point where I'm going to then make the hair like strokes off of it like that. Using an angled brow brush. Just like a gnat. All right. I know you have the blush. I have the contour and the blush. I usually use the contour stick first. I'm not sure you really need it for yourself, but put that couple lines. Then I'll take my smaller flat kabuki brush and just stipple it over, just to blend it in a little. So if you do have a contour stick of a different brand, you might want to use that, or you can grab one on my website. This just gives a little bit of depth from the foundation. But using the blush stick, so blush is for cheekbones, like that. That. Then you could take a blusher brush, mine's not really flat, and I just like to go bounce it over the color to just blend it in. Pretty color. See, it just gives you that nice warmth. Could even use this as your eyeshadow if you want. Next up is the Incognito Concealer. Now, I know you said you don't really use much concealer, but this will give you a nice little brightness underneath your eye. You could even bring it down your nose if you want, just to highlight the area. Sometimes I put it on my forehead, a little bit above and a little bit below, and then I'm gonna blend it out. So I either have a blending bud or a kabuki brush, but I'll use the blending bud. And I just like to take the pointy area and just tap it to spread the product out. And this is just gonna brighten you up. See how nice and bright and awake that looks? See how nice? Now, if you remember when I was with Pharmacy, you purchased a couple things, and this was one of them. I do love this. This is the Effortless Glow palette. So we'll use this as eyeshadow today. So let's go in with the brown bronzer right here, and I'm gonna put this on my brush, and I'm just going to work on the outer edge here. You see that? And I'm gonna just put it like a half moon, back and forth, like an arch, kind of. Same for this side.
Mom,
Yeah?
we're putting the recliner down and not using it.
Okay, I'll be right up. So I did like a half moon there. Now you don't want to have these sharp edges here. So what you're gonna do is take a thicker, wider brush. So see, this is thicker compared to this one. And make sure there's no product on it. What you're gonna do is just go over the top and just blend it out, because you want it to look nice and soft compared to this harsh line right here. See that? You could do this with any eyeshadow palette. So we just worked on the outer edges, because now what we're gonna do with this Effortless Glow palette is take the highlighter shade right here in the middle, and this is gonna go on the lid part where I didn't put the brown. And a little bit in the front where I didn't put the brown up here when I made that half moon. So it's just gonna put all the color together. You see that? See, there's no color here. This just puts this glow all together. Okay, beautiful. I like to take a little bit of the highlighter color too and put it in the corners of my eye. Okay. Now let's go for, I'm gonna show you how I do my liner. So I have deep brown, any liner that you have. And what I like to do is I pull my eye out, and then I'm gonna take this and run it through my lash line. But when I'm coming out here, I'm gonna just keep going, but make it a pointy edge. You see that? So now I have a wing. Same for this side, just pull it tight so it doesn't move around, and then just run this through the top lash and just keep going, but with like a sharp point. There you go. Now you can put it underneath also, or you can use an eyeshadow color for a softer look. I'll put a little bit through my lower lash line. Yeah. Onto mascara. I like to use a lash curler. And then whatever mascara you have. I think you might still have this, I'm not sure. This is Zen mascara, again from pharmacy. Just get to the base of your lashes, wiggle and pull it through. When you're putting it on the base of your lashes, you're doing something called tight lining. And it's going to give the appearance of a fuller lash at the base. Okay? And when you touch your eyelid like I do, let it dry, and then you'll be able to just flick it off with a brush or your fingernail. Could do 1 coat, 2 coats. I've been using this lash serum that is making my lashes so long. I love it. See that? Okay. I touch a little bit on the bottom lashes, just real quick. I don't want it real thick. Now a lip. I do know that you have purchased a couple of pharmacy things and you had a really pretty like rose colored lip in there. You can do that type of lip. You can do a light lip. We'll go for a light pink. So I use a light pink lip liner. I like to use a little bit of a darker liner because I like to really, I like to show the definition from the light to the, it's like an ombre type of thing, I guess. You can keep yours matte or you could put a gloss over it. And there you have it. A really nice, this is not an overdone look. What do you think?